lovely, recognizable shape of a sedan. You think you know what makes the best of them. Creature comforts galore, superb balance, space and practicality, and of course, legacy. Legacy in the sense of having gone through 3 generations and selling hundreds of thousands of units worldwide thus far. But legacy isn't all there is that goes into the fabric of best sedan out there today, is it? The automotive landscape may be ever-changing, but the sedan will always have a special place in the grander picture. And if your company happens to be called Mazda, then you'll know not to mess with a winning formula. But times have changed, and so has Mazda as a company. But it's undeniable that Mazda has always had a mind of its own. Case in point, the Mazda 6's design has certainly evolved over the years, but this is clearly still something you'll recognize from the firm. The Kodo design language emphasizes sophistication over flashiness. Equally important, the commitment to sophistication as the defining quality bleeds into the cabin too. There is a general belief that the rest of the market lags behind the Europeans in building and designing the best interiors, but it's safe to say that that has rarely applied to Mazda. The materials used inside feel premium, but the dashboard is still neat, tidy, and highly functional. Still, where the Mazda 6 shines is from behind the wheel. Let's start with the driving position, which is spot on. 0 complaints. And also there's the fact that the steering is pretty communicative. The 6-speed gearbox is also really responsive, and it's appropriately mated to a gutsy 2-litre engine. To us, we like that the suspension is set up for a little bit more sportiness. So while this car offers great practicality, it's a car that you can have a lot more fun in than you think. But speaking of sportiness, there's also the other sedan too. If the name BYD doesn't ring a bell in 2024, what rock have you been living under? The Seal marks not just its 3rd bespoke electric model to be launched to us, but its most impressive one yet. And as we mentioned, one of the Seal's most defining qualities is its sportiness, especially if you're inside the performance variant. This thing is quick, dual motor quick, 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.8 seconds. But again, it's not just about speed and a straight line. Sportiness comes through because of its stiffer suspension, which allows you to feel the roads beneath as well as plenty of mechanical grip. Yet it doesn't focus on driver engagement and sacrifice comfort entirely. This is still a fairly comfortable car and spacious enough for a family. There's also the fact that the Seal is not just all new as a model, it's also all electric. BYD had no constraints, no longtime fans to answer to when making this car. Still, our last sedan here shows that you can go all out with reimagining the future without necessarily going all electric. If the Seal redefines the sedan in terms of electrification, the Peugeot 408 redefines the sedan in terms of style. This isn't just any other sedan or saloon, but rather a dynamic fastback saloon, at least in Peugeot's words. There's still a 3-box shape, largely, but the 408 is concerned with pushing the envelope stylistically in almost every other area. The list of eye-catching design cues is endless. Its DRL fangs and cat ears behind, that body-coloured intricate grille, and of course, those asymmetrical alloy wheels. And on the inside, the story is no different. Thanks to its uniquely Peugeot features, you wouldn't mistake this car for one from any other car maker. And one of those uniquely Peugeot features is this, the latest generation of the Peugeot iCockpit system, coming with a widescreen touch bar called the Peugeot iToggle. This lets you favorite any setting that you want within the car onto this glossy widescreen touch bar. And more than just looking fantastic, it works as well. Things are perhaps the most normal on the move, and that's not a bad thing. This 408 drives decently well, just as you'd expect of any other Peugeot, and it's powered by a punchy 1.2-litre turbocharged engine. But still, to focus solely on the drive in this 408 would be to miss the point. The 408's main draws are style and pizzazz. It's a car with a sense of occasion for people keen on making a statement, yet still wants something that offers ample practicality.
So let's come back to the very first question. What defines the best sedans?
Legacy is surely always appreciated, and we will never fail to appreciate a sedan whose sensibilities have been honed over time. But as these sedans also show, the best results also often emerge when car makers take it upon themselves to bravely imagine, push boundaries, and eventually succeed. No two sedans share the same philosophy for greatness, but by each forging their own path so confidently, they've all ended up at the same point, of being some of the most unforgettable sedans we've seen in recent times.
For that, they all hold special meaning in our eyes. What it means to be a sedan of the year.